It's a day in the shop today. And Jimmy, we're making it work in there, no matter what it takes. I'm gonna try to learn a thing or two, have some fun. Stay tuned. 2012 Dodge Charger with a Hemi. Yeah. Whew. How you guys doing? We're starting today a little bit late. Just got back from the dermatologist. She had to freeze a couple things and take biopsies on a couple things. So we'll find out in about 14 days what's going on with all that. Just came in, it's pretty late, about 11 o'clock. But first ticket is this Charger I put an engine in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago now, something like that. But he says he's got a problem with the tire. He sees something hanging underneath the car and his check engine light came on. So we got 3 or 4 things to check and a bunch of zeros. So what are you gonna do? If we're lucky, maybe we'll be able to sell them a brake flush or something, cabin filter. Anyway, I'm gonna put the scanner on it. I got the old launch on there. See if we can find some codes. It's got 115,801. So it's probably been a few thousand miles since I put the engine in. And that check engine light, who knows? Looking through, I sent a report up front already. And there's codes in about 6 or 7 different modules. It's probably car's got about 15 codes. So we'll see what they are and we'll go over it. No complaints about the way it runs. So it's probably evap or cat stuff or thermostat. Something like that. So we'll take a look in just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, let's go over these codes. We got thermostat rationality, brake switch stuck on, ABS DTC present. The BCM has some voltage codes, humidity sensor, lost comm with compass, lost comm with blind spot module. Instrument cluster has voltage below allowable range. Some of these could be old codes. Brake pedal position sensor circuit short to ground. System voltage circuit voltage below threshold. Implausible data from ECM. Airbag codes voltage related. Tire pressure codes for low tire pressure. Whole bunch of just, a lot of them are voltage and data code. When you have low voltage codes, you're probably going to have data codes because the modules start talking gibberish when the voltage goes low. Could be old news, could be new. I want to say I cleared all the codes before we delivered this car last time, but it's been a while. So let's try clearing some of these out, seeing what happens. But first, I do want to look at the, oh, it's got a bunch of audio codes. I do want to look at that thermostat code. The problem is, the best way to diagnose a thermostat code is to have the engine cold, see what the air temperature sensor and the coolant temperature sensor read. And if they both read about the same, then you probably just have a bad thermostat or low coolant or something like that. So let me go out, check the tires. You did say something about a tire going low. See what's hanging underneath, and I'll show you that. And then maybe by then it'll be cool enough to do this P0128 thermostat code. All right, he says the right rear tire has a slow leak and the right rear tire needs to be replaced, but that's beside the point. See if we can find something in there visible. Generally, you're not supposed to repair tires that are worn out, but this is just about in the inspection bars. I don't see anything that would cause it. Easy to spot, so I may have to soak the tire down. You either put them in a bucket full of soapy water, or just water even works, but soap helps exaggerate the bubbles a little more, easier to find. Oh, look at that. All right, so we know why that bald tire's leaking. This tire here is ready to be replaced too. This is actually a tiny bit worse. I see what he's talking about hanging down. It looks like somebody put a rack and pinion in it. I don't know who. I didn't. At least if I did, I don't remember. Though I have maybe got a little bit of the early Alzheimer's or something. It's interesting. Got a brand new rack and pinion. And I mean, literally looks like it's a month or two old. I got a sticker on it right here. Huh. Well, let's see if I can grab 2 bolts and stick them in. And then we'll ask them who did the rack and pinion. Maybe it was done here by somebody else. I don't know. I did miss a couple of days here and there with some activities. front tires are in pretty decent shape. So I think we're gonna let this cool down a little bit. Tell them about the rear tires and a little looks like a piece of a cotter pin or a screw or something in there. A nail, a little something small. And we'll go from there. We'll see what happens with this. I'll find a couple bolts, that's easy. One of these ought to fit. I'll try this one's a little longer. That was easy. That was easy. All right, now we'll check the tire pressure real quick. Then we'll go up front and let them know what we found. All right, let's get this tire plug for them. Looks like there's a couple of them possibly. Look at that thing. Looks like what's left of a sewing needle. And there might be one over here too. I don't think that one's leaking. So what we'll do is see if we can get this in here. I put a little soapy water on after I repair it, and see if the other hole's leaking or my repair. Alright, let's clean that up a little bit. Some people don't cut those off, but I don't like them going down the road going. I'm going to make sure the tires add up and soap up both of those. $35. Hopefully no leaky. Where's that soapy water at? Uh-oh. Oh, it's leaking from the other one too. That's a good thing to check it. Didn't feel like it was. We're out of the blackjack plugs. Now I gotta go to these larger plugs. But they work. Go ahead and get that tool loaded up. If you've never done flats, take these plugs. The best way to fix a flat is to patch it. But if the tire's almost bald, these plugs are gonna be fine. I put them in my own vehicle when I get a little hole in it. They actually work really well. You gotta feed this thing into the tool. Once you get a decent amount, you can pull it through a little easier from the other side, then you can push it. Try to get it centered or close to it. Doesn't have to be dead perfect. A little bit of looby-dooby. Now I'm gonna have to clear the hole out a little better. You kind of have to feel your way through the steel cords and stuff. Probably better to take the tire off, but no fun that way. Now it should go. Whew. It's not gonna work. As it go a little harder with the. Look at that, it's trying to push it through. You go a little harder with this. And these plugs don't really go with the set. The reamer's different and all that. So let's see what we can do. I'm trying to get metal cord out of the way, mostly. A little more lube on there. That was a good workout. $10 for a tire plug. I think it should be like 50. Luckily I don't do a lot of them, the kids do it. Gotta check the tire one more time. That's it, 2 bolts in the under tray. He did admit someone else put a rack in it for him. They probably left the bolts out. And tire plug. He doesn't want to mess with the check engine light. So this one's done. Let's see if there's something else to do. Short day today, but we're gonna do what we can. All right, you guys remember this one from the other day? I put a strut in it. It didn't fix the noise. They said, well, go ahead and figure out what it is. We need to get it fixed. So me and Rob looked at it. I wasn't able to film it, but it's a lower control arm, which is what I basically thought was the noise. But I don't know what it is with body shop not being able to find noises. But I mean, when you're doing body panels and stuff, you got to be able to isolate noises, right? I don't know. I know they want to supply the parts, so they're gonna get some A-arms and bring them over here to us so we can put them in. The wheels in the front move about 1.5 inches every time you hit a bump. So Joe's working on that. Joe's working on it. Lincoln came in while I was off. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna put this right chop and let's see if there's something productive to do today. It just doesn't feel like much is happening. I apologize. Doesn't lead to good content or good paychecks, but we're doing what we can. That's all we can do. So thanks for watching today's video. We learned some things, that's for sure. I hope you'll torque the like button on the way out. Maybe subscribe if you haven't yet. And I hope I'll see you in the next video, because you're awesome.